Welcome to Minecraft. You know it, you love it. If you've played the game, you're probably familiar with the different game modes: creative, survival, spectator, but an often forgotten one is adventure mode. Intended for minigames, you cannot break or place blocks in this mode. Today, we will get to and kill the Ender Dragon in adventure mode. Here we go. So first order of business, I'm in adventure mode here. No breaking blocks, no placing blocks. You can't light another portal, you can't use a bucket. You can't even place an Eye of Ender into the frame. So how can we even get close to beating the game? Well, end portals can spawn in with Eyes of Ender already in place. The chance of any given block of the frame being filled is 10%. There are 12. That means there is a 1 in 1 trillion chance of a stronghold having an already filled end portal. Nobody found any until a couple years ago, when people did fancy programming magic to find out what seeds have already completed portals. Note that we haven't found any in 1.18 yet, so this is all in older versions. Now, you might say it doesn't count if I use a set seed, but let me ask you, do you feel like watching me go through 1 trillion strongholds? I thought not. So I created a world using one of these seeds. Adventure mode is not an option when creating a world, so we'll start in creative and use commands to put us in adventure mode. I spawned in next to a village, which was promptly looted. It had a crafting table, which is very important. You can't place one down yourself. I explored a bit and found a ruined portal with a looting 2 sword and a helmet. I then found another village and decided to make a random house and inn. I then put everything up and went searching for a creeper. I made it blow up next to a tree, getting me a whole acacia log. Let's just head back to put it, never mind. I shoved an old lady into a cactus and got pepper sprayed. I got a creeper to blow up some stone for me and actually got to put it up. I went to a desert temple to see if I could get any use out of it. I wouldn't be able to pillar my way out. However, I noticed a lake right next to it that could flood the treasure room and give me a way out. I managed to blow a small crater into the side of the pyramid, but not anywhere close to where needed. I decided to blow open the top of the treasure room while I was at it and jumped down to see if it was worth the effort. Then I realized I had no way out, in any sense of the phrase. The only ways I could escape this tomb was to either spend all day starving to death, or just blow myself and all the loot to smithereens. I chose the fast way. I made a boat and found a shipwreck with iron and emeralds. I don't quite understand how the iron never rusted if it was in salt water for years. I made myself some armor, gathered all my stuff, and set off to explore. Eventually, I found another village. While I was thinking about it, I started trying to find a way out of the spawn platform in a separate world. I discovered that I would need to use a ton of creepers to get anywhere. Back in adventure mode, I followed the coordinates of where the stronghold would be. I can't make an Eye of Ender, so I have to follow the coordinates. There's really no other way. I eventually found a cave that gets me exactly there. So I started pushing creepers into the end portal. Unfortunately, I found out that the creeper would already explode before I could push it or get out of the way, so this seed was not going to work. I found a seed with a filled portal that spawns you out in the open, so I made another world. This one also spawns you close to a village, so I began to loot. This one has a crafting table too. I found a shipwreck with nothing valuable inside but a bit of leather armor. At this point, I decided that I would try to beat the game without dying. I picked up everything and set out to find another village. You know, I'm starting to think the 1.14 update was called Village and Pillage not because they added raids, but because of what players would inevitably do. I led a creeper to a tree and got some logs. I headed back to the village and crafted leather armor. It's not much, but it's better than nothing. It's probably best that I had that skin anyways. Another day, another village. I finally found a shipwreck with iron. Oh hey, there's the Mushroom Island. I say the, because I know the stronghold is below it. Oh hey, more iron. It does feel a bit iron-ick that adventure mode feels like less of an adventure and more of a grind than survival. I headed home and crafted myself iron armor and an iron sword. I killed an enderman and got an ender pearl. I went and did some exploring. I was looking for a village with a Fletcher. I knew I would need a ton of arrows for the dragon fight, so I was searching for the easiest way. Unfortunately, this village did not have one, so I began hunting skeletons. I did get lucky and found a ruined portal that had flint in the chest, so that allowed me to go home and craft the rest of the arrows. I then set to the Mushroom Island, all my gear in hand, to go fight the dragon. So I spent a long time in another world looking at how I could get from the surface to the end portal. Unfortunately, the only way I found was to keep blowing up creepers at a dirt patch, so I went underground and began trying to encourage creepers to do kamikaze attacks against a wall. I got bored and decided to go back to the creative world and see if there was another way to get to the stronghold. Eventually, I found a complicated way that I didn't see the first time because it involved a hard-to-see one-block gap. However, I would need 3 Ender Pearls, so I headed back to the mainland to hunt. After that excruciating process, I headed back to the Mushroom Island one last time to kill a dragon. I swam through an underwater narrow passage to some magma where it could swim up through a one-block gap into a ravine with a mineshaft higher up. I used an Ender Pearl to teleport up there, moved through the mineshaft, and got a creeper to blow up a block that was in my way. I then parkoured through the maze that is the stronghold and made it to the pre-filled portal. Time to fight! Oh. Ignore that I died, and ignore that I made a backup of the world because I had a feeling that would happen. You made it this far, so you must have enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Thank you for your time.